Off today, Matt Minster from Bath Crashers.
Hi.
He's my pal, and he is here hanging out all hour and a half.
Yes.
And you're delighted right now.
Meat to meat.
Meat is right. Okay, we have a table full of meat, and this is just in time for Father's Day. We asked one of our favorite butchers to share his tips for buying, grilling, and slicing an assortment of cuts. So from Big Steer Meats, we want to welcome Cory back to Twin Cities Live. You know, people smile when they see you, because look what you show up with, buddy.
Beautiful things.
It's the spread.
You've got some pro tips, and I want to make sure that we get to those. You say before you get going, you got to rev up that gas grill.
Well, let's clean it first.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Get it nice and hot.
Yeah.
Clean the grates off when it's hot, and then put your favorite steak on there or your favorite burger and go to town.
What if you have a charcoal grill?
Same thing. Get that when the briquettes are white. Make sure you clean that off from anything that was done the time before.
Now, I think Americans in particular are like terrified of the idea of meat sitting out, because they're thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have
This
like
is a good question.
bacteria.
I don't know the answer to this.
How long should it sit out before you put it on the grill?
If you let it sit out for a half hour, let it get to room temperature, you'll be just fine.
You'll be in good
Putting it on cold, though, does what? You're just going to mess around with your grilling time, or not really?
Personally, I like to season it a half hour before, let the seasoning start to work in and set in.
Yeah.
Kind of like on that Al Capone that gets seasoned beforehand, and you can actually taste it all the way through.
Okay.
So,
Okay, you're teasing people with Al Capone. We'll talk about that
I know we're
in a
going
minute.
right to left, and
We'll
they're way
go.
down here.
Yeah, they're way down there,
Yeah.
so we'll get to that in a second. Okay, let's start with the T-bone. What do you like about a T-bone, and how can we make it great?
so T-bone, the flavor of the bone, a lot of people like that still. You have your New York strip. There's a boneless New York strip there. If you get the porterhouse, you have your tenderloin on that side, which, of course, is the tenderloin right there.
Well,
Nice
so
and
that's
big.
what's so nice about that. Is
It's
that
all
you
in
get
one.
the different ones.
Yeah, you get to, it's kind of like the platter.
It's like a sample platter.
In one cut.
Yeah.
Or you could share it.
No. But I understand in theory what you're talking about. Sure,
Absolutely
Charlie.
not. Okay, so that guy's about $12 a pound.
Yep, $12.99, $11.99.
And you want to look for some marbling in there,
You
right?
do.
Fat
the
is your
white
friend.
fleck that you see in there, yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then the porterhouse about $13 a pound.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
Cool.
And then the New York strip is the one right there that you said,
Yep.
and that's about $19 a pound. It's kind of interesting because if you're still getting that in this.
You are. You're not paying for the bone, which, unless you have a dog,
Which
why
get it.
have the bone?
Why pay for the bone?
There's boneless right there.
Okay.
And then for a
Gotcha.
New York strip, how do we want to cook that beautifully? I think that's a one that a lot of people have.
So if it's an inch, inch and a quarter, my suggestion is medium heat, 350, 375 for 11 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
And flip it once.
Okay.
Right.
And then
Okay.
if you've got yourself a tenderloin, like a beautiful tenderloin right
Yes.
there, that gets more spendy.
It does.
$22 a pound.
Yes.
And you don't want to screw it up.
No.
Yeah, 22 bucks a pound. You want to get this right.
And lately it's been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay.
The marbling and the fleck, these actually come from Olivia, Minnesota.
Great.
Oh, wow.
So it's local.
Local meat.
And they've been doing a very nice job. They're melting your mouth.
Yeah.
They really are.
They totally are.
So it's a little bit more money than the New York strip. But if you don't like the fat, these are pretty much.
When you cook these this thick, though, you're flipping on each side. Are you the guy that will turn on its side and we're searing it all the way
am
around?
not.
No, you're cooking.
No.
You're just two sides.
So
You flip it once.
That was cooked. I flipped it once on
Let's
one
eat
side,
it.
once on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. I
my
did
gosh,
that
how
for
perfect
I
is
did
that?
that for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to eat that whole bite.
Yeah, me. Well, you know I'm not shy.
I know
Apparently,
you're not.
And then when we make our kebabs, we use the fillet of sirloin, top sirloin, and the tenderloin, the tips that are left on there.
Okay.
For our kebabs that we make.
Beautiful.
I mean, you don't even like need a knife for that
You
tenderloin.
do not.
Nice.
It's just
So
like
would you pay $2 more
Yes.
for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, price is no object with you, Charlie. You show up, you tell me what to get.
Well,
We just get it.
I've been in your shop. You know
Yeah.
that. I've left very happy and lots of that and lots of beef sticks, and
That's
I'll be
good.
back.
What's the temperature on this guy then to get it that
So
level?
145.
Because that to me is perfection.
I like to cook my tenderloins
Okay.
to 145. Let it rest for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Before I eat it.
Yeah.
And they're perfect.
Okay, now which one is the fillet of sirloin, did you say?
Fillet of sirloins right here.
Okay.
So those are $10.99, a little bit more economical.
Great.
Okay.
The trick there is not to overcook it.
Okay.
Then it's just chewy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But now if you go to the heart of the sirloin, the top sirloin,
Yep, that's that
a
one.
little better cut. It's $1 more a pound, but you can see a little better quality in that.
more marbling.
This has 2 pieces of sinew in it. That's why it's a little less.
I get that.
There
Okay.
isn't anything there.
Okay, so that's good to think about when you're
Yes.
like just deciding how much
Yes.
are we going to spend here. Now, when you go for the big guns, I mean, I love a ribeye more than anything else.
Yeah, that's kind of where I go all
It's
the time
just
too.
so fabulous. It's my favorite thing. So that one, you also want to make sure that's great. I love that one because
Yep.
it just has a lot of fat in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to give you all the flavor in the world right
Yeah.
there.
It's just gonna start
Yes.
melting into the meat. It's
So-
gonna be so good.
That one comes from the rib part of the steer, and that one I wonder about the slicing. When you're cutting it, how do you want to do it?
I'd start from the front and cut your way back. After it comes off the grill, once again, I would cook that 11 to 15 minutes, depending upon the thickness of
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Which
and
one is
how you
that? What
like
other
yours.
ones do we
Yeah,
get to
let's
eat
go.
here, Charlie? Why are
So
you
your
holding out on
ribeyes
us?
right
Yep.
here.
Okay, let's get in
Okay.
on that action. That's
Your New
good.
York strips right here, and then of course I got the Al Capone for you.
Talk about the
One
Al
of Matt-
Capone
one
while
of
we're
Matt's
chewing.
favorites.
I love the Al. You do too, though.
The first time I tried the Al Capone, I think I shed a tear on television because I was like, how is this so good? What do you do to the Al Capone? Because this is worth driving from
So-
wherever you are in the nation
Yeah,
to
it's
get.
good.
This is the ribeye,
Yep.
Yep.
butterflied open
Yep.
with capicola, hard
Look at
salami, some sliced green
I don't
olives,
know.
and
Look.
provolone
Yeah.
cheese in
Look
there.
at the-
And here's a guy that doesn't like olives.
I did a segment with Charlie when you were on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And I don't like green olives. Watch me go.
It's so good. I'm really convinced,
So good.
like for Father's Day, that's so fun and special and really good. And that's got to be kind of hard to mess up because you've got everything good on the inside.
So my instructions for that, as always, are 4 minutes, 7 minutes, and then back to 4. So like that,
you do flip
the
it back.
the cheese stays in there.
Yep.
And it won't be a mess on your grill. You'll be able to enjoy the concoction that's inside there and all of the flavors.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Before
So-
we go, we got to talk
Cut
about
burgers.
these burgers.
Yes.
Yep.
Because these are really fun. What's happening inside of these?
So we have inclusion burgers. That one there is a bacon cheddar.
Yes.
Yes.
The one to the left of it is a jalapeno cheddar.
Wow.
Then we have just a straight third of a pound ground chuck and a quarter pound ground chuck.
You know, this is going to be an unpopular opinion as a lifelong Minnesotan, but I was born and bred here, so I feel I can say it. I would rather have that than a Juicy Lucy because I feel like the Juicy Lucy has to be cooked so much to be able to get that cheese to melt inside of it. And I like burgers a
that's
little
an interesting
underdone.
take.
So
No,
you
I
want
agree-
to
I don't
throw
disagree.
eggs at my house? Please don't do it. But I'm just saying that's how I feel about it.
I mean,
Thank you.
I can kind of get and Matt's bar my namesake makes this amazing. But I think if I'm doing it, especially if I'm doing it at home,
If you're doing it at home,
I'm
that's
gonna do that.
Yeah, you want to do that, Charlie. Great job.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Charlie.
much. You really
Yes.
helped to demystify things. It's so fun.
Don't
So
forget Father for Father's Day.
don't
Yeah.
forget him, and he likes
forget
meat.
us.
Big thanks to
Yes, he
the
does.
Minnesota Beef Council for bringing Charlie in and for sponsoring Twin Cities Live. We love them. Their website, minnesotabeef.org, mnbeef.org, has hundreds of recipe ideas, and you can download them all for free. So you're good to go, and you can check it out.
You can keep going.
Just keep eating. That's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.